Good morning, good afternoon, good day, and good evening. I don't know what time of day it is for you, but for me, it's the good time of day. So we're here, I'm here, you're here. You clicked on the link. You know exactly what it is that we're going to be talking about in this series today. We are going to be talking about mediation. And while as the series goes on and other episodes, we're going to be talking about the benefits of mediation, what you get out of mediation, why mediation is more beneficial than any other type of ADR or alternative dispute resolution. Today, we're going to be given that 70,000 foot view. We're going to be talking about what is mediation. And while we are talking about a legal topic, I think it's very, very important right now to get one thing very clear. And I need to say this emphatically, I need to state this explicitly, that while we're talking about a legal topic, this is not, and I repeat, this is not legal advice. So without further ado, let's get into the topic. Let's talk about mediation. Let's roll that intro. So we alluded to it, we talked about it, we discussed it, we said, what is mediation? We're gonna give that overview, that 70,000 foot view of what mediation is. And then in our other episodes, we're gonna be talking about the benefits and what it is and why it is you should choose mediation. And I'm very, very passionate about it. Mediation, as far as a form of ADR or alternative dispute resolution, is one of multiple types of ADR in the state of Texas. And while all mediation is ADR, not all ADR is mediation. So what are some of the other forms of alternative dispute resolution or ADR? Well, one of them that many people hear about, they talk about, they hear about it, they see it on a regular basis, probably don't pay as much attention to it, but you hear about it in sports. It's arbitration. That's another form of ADR. And it also deals with an impartial third party that's there to facilitate, and not really even facilitate in that case. That's one where they impose their own judgment on the proceedings. There's also moderated settlement conferences. There are mini trials. There are summary jury trials. All of these are different types of ADR, and all of them revolve around an impartial third party. Someone who's there to impose or to push their own judgments on the proceedings of that particular form of ADR. Mediation, however, is different. It is completely different from all these other forms of ADR, because mediation, unlike these other forms of ADR, while they all include an impartial third party, mediation, however, requires by law that that impartial third party, that mediator, is not to impose or put their own judgments on the proceedings. That is between the parties. This is where mediation begins to separate itself from other forms of ADR, because it's more collaborative. It requires the parties to get together, and the parties are the ones that decide exactly what's going to happen, how it's going to happen, and what the outcome is going to be. In a successful mediation, both parties end up walking away from the mediation with a decision that they can live with. Now notice I didn't say love. It's one that they can live with, because the mediator isn't there to tell anyone what to do. The mediator, in the case of a mediation, is there simply to help get the parties to some form of reconciliation, some form of agreement between them, which we call a mediated settlement agreement, or MSA, where they decide what the terms are and how it is that they're going to go about executing that between the two parties to resolve, to fix, to ameliorate the situation that they're there for in the first place. So whereas the other forms of ADR or alternative dispute resolutions require the impartial third party or multiple impartial third parties in order to impose or put themselves into the proceedings, in mediation, the mediator is there to facilitate. The mediator is there to help the process along. The mediator is there to help the parties get to some form of agreement so that they can move forward, and hopefully, I shouldn't even say hopefully, if it's a successful mediation, they will definitely have a term or something, a mediated settlement agreement that allows them to move forward without having to continue on through the courts. And that, in a nutshell, is what mediation is. I'm sorry, this is very unprofessional of me. Hello? Hey, Shameless, let me call you back, man.
Listen closely. Okay, you're forgetting the shameless plug portion of this whole series that you're doing right now.
Okay.
Now, you need to make sure that you let them know that Mwokozi Mediations is the best mediation firm that they can run into here in the state of Texas right now.
I think that's a little presumptuous, don't you? I mean, to state it that way.
What do you mean? No, it's not presumptuous. It's not presumptuous at all. This is what you need to make sure that they understand, that it is the best mediation firm, that the prices are going to be very competitive, if not better than almost any other mediation firm that they're going to find out there in the state of Texas right now.
Okay.
You also need to make sure that you let them know that this is going to be an ongoing series, something that they can tune into to find out more about mediation specifically, and that we're going to have other people on that are going to be able to talk about other aspects of the law. You need to make sure that they understand that this is an ongoing series, something that they're going to benefit from in the long run. Make sure that they know that.
Right.
Listen, ongoing series, going to be on all of our social medias. Make sure that you let them know where those social medias are at. Let them know that this is going to be something that's going to continue back on in the next couple of days. Make sure that they know that. Tell them.
Well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. Instead of talking about it right now, I still have everybody here with me. Let's get back to this. We'll circle back. We'll close the loop on it.
Yeah. All right. I got it. Okay. Yes. You have to get back. I get you. No worries. Just make sure you tell them. Don't make me have to jump in here again. All right.
But.
Let me get back on to where I was headed to.
Sorry about that. That was very unprofessional of me. We were talking about what mediation is, and we've already essentially wrapped up what mediation is in a nutshell. It is a form of alternative dispute resolution as opposed to going all the way through the courts and getting to a decision. Here you have a decision that both parties were able to sit down, talk it through, think it through, put the emotions on the back burner, so to speak, and get to an agreement. That agreement is what will hold up in court. That agreement is what you'll get as opposed to a judge's decision, or in a case of if it's another form of ADR, some kind of award. And now the parties are able to move forward, and there's no guilty or not guilty verdict at the end of it. In any event, you guys have a good one. If I haven't mentioned it before, love you, fam. Be blessed. Have a great day. And may you always have peace in your life. I'm out.